The faint line stared back at her, mocking her resolve. Alara's hands trembled as she held the pregnancy test over the bathroom sink. She felt 100 emotions at once: fear, joy, guilt, but the strongest of them all was dread. Pregnant, with Adrian Blackwood's child, she pressed a hand against her stomach, as though shielding the tiny life blooming inside her from the man she called her husband. Husband in name only, the powerful CEO who commanded empires had never truly been hers. Their marriage had been arranged, an agreement inked by signatures, not sealed by love. Alara, Adrian had told her just days ago, his voice cold and clipped, "I don't have time for unnecessary complications. Children, distractions, they don't belong in my life." She remembered nodding, forcing a polite smile even as her heart cracked. Of course, Adrian, now here she was, holding the very thing he despised most. If he knew, he would force her to get rid of it. He had the power, the money, and the ruthlessness to erase her choices. With trembling fingers, she tore the test in half, then in quarters, until all that remained were jagged scraps, flushed down the toilet like a secret she had no right to keep. She washed her hands slowly, staring into the mirror at her pale face. "I'll protect you," she whispered silently to the child inside her. "Even if it means leaving everything behind." That evening, Adrian came home from work, his towering frame filling the doorway. His charcoal suit was immaculate, his tie knotted with military precision, his storm gray eyes as sharp as ever. He looked every inch the ruthless tycoon, the man the world worshipped and feared. On the dining table lay a set of divorce papers. He paused, his gaze flicking to them. "What's this?" Alara clasped her hands together to hide their trembling. "Divorce," she said softly. "I'll sign, you'll sign, we'll both be free." For once, Adrian's eyes left his ever-present phone. He studied her, his expression unreadable, like a predator deciding whether his prey was worth the chase. "You think you can just walk away?" His voice was like steel. A bitter laugh escaped her lips. "You never saw me as your wife, Adrian. Just a convenient arrangement to keep the board happy. You have no reason to stop me." His jaw tightened, a flicker of something dark flashing in his gaze, but he said nothing. He picked up the pen, and with a swift, merciless stroke, signed his name. That night, Alara walked away from the Blackwood mansion with a single suitcase and the secret of her pregnancy. 6 years later, time had stripped her of luxury but given her something far more precious. Her daughter, Lily, was her reason for everything. Lily had Adrian's storm gray eyes, his sharp chin, even his stubborn streak. At only 5 years old, she was fiercely independent, yet she would crawl into Alara's lap at night and whisper, "I love you, Mommy," with a sweetness that melted every wound. They lived in a modest 2-bedroom apartment. Alara worked 2 jobs, teaching piano lessons during the day and waiting tables at night. It was exhausting, but every sacrifice was worth the sight of Lily's smile. Still, fate had a cruel way of weaving lives back together. One evening, Alara's employer insisted she attend a high-profile charity gala to represent the company. She tried to refuse, but the extra money was too important. Reluctantly, she borrowed a simple gown from a friend, pulled her hair into an elegant bun, and prayed she could slip in and out without being noticed. The ballroom sparkled with chandeliers, champagne glasses, and designer gowns. Alara kept to the edges, her heart pounding. And then it happened. The atmosphere shifted, conversations stilled, all eyes turned toward the entrance as the man himself strode in, Adrian Blackwood. 6 years had only sharpened him. He carried himself with even more authority, his tailored suit cut to perfection, his aura magnetic and suffocating. He exuded power so effortlessly that the crowd seemed to part for him. Alara froze, her breath caught in her throat. She hadn't seen him in years, but one look was enough to unravel her carefully built walls. Then Lily tugged at her dress. "Mommy," she whispered, pointing at the tall man across the room, "who's that? Why is he staring at us?" Alara's heart stopped. Adrian's eyes were locked on her, but then they shifted to Lily. In an instant, his expression changed, shock, suspicion, and something far more dangerous. "Alara," his voice cut through the music, low and commanding. "Come here, now." She wanted to run, but her legs betrayed her. Slowly, she approached him, clutching Lily's small hand. Up close, Adrian's presence was overwhelming, just as it had always been. His gaze flickered between her and the child. "Who is she?" His voice was quiet, but there was thunder beneath it. Alara swallowed hard. This is my daughter. His eyes narrowed. Your daughter. He crouched slightly, meeting Lily's wide gray eyes. It was like staring into a mirror of his own past. Something cold and furious flickered across his face. He straightened, towering over Alara. She's mine. Alara's breath caught. No, she's mine. I raised her. You signed away every right when you signed those divorce papers. Adrian leaned in close, his voice a dangerous whisper. You kept my child from me, Alara. For 6 years. Do you have any idea what that means? Tears burned her eyes, but she held her ground. I had to protect her. You didn't want children. You made that clear. His jaw clenched, the muscle ticking in fury. You thought you could decide for me. She's happy, Alara shot back. She has everything she needs. Don't you dare try to take her away. Adrian's expression darkened. You think you can keep her hidden from me now that I know? You underestimate me, Alara. I don't lose what's mine. The gala blurred around them. Whispers filled the air as curious eyes followed the confrontation. Alara could feel the walls closing in, the past she had tried to escape crashing into her present. Lily clung to her dress, sensing the tension. Mommy, I'm scared. Alara knelt, stroking her daughter's hair. It's okay, sweetheart, but her voice shook. When she looked back up, Adrian's gaze had softened, just slightly, at the sight of Lily's tears. For the briefest moment, the mask of the ruthless CEO cracked, revealing something raw and unguarded. Then it was gone. His eyes turned steely once more. We'll talk tomorrow. My lawyers will contact you. Alara's blood ran cold. She knew what that meant. Custody battles, courtrooms, headlines. Adrian Blackwood didn't lose, ever. No, she whispered fiercely. I won't let you take her. Adrian leaned in, his breath warm against her ear. Watch me. That night, Alara sat awake, staring at her sleeping daughter. She brushed a kiss against Lily's forehead, her heart breaking with the weight of the storm to come. Adrian had found them. The man she had run from, the man she had once loved and feared in equal measure, was back in her life. And this time, he wasn't letting go. The faint pink line stared back at her, delicate yet damning. Alara gripped the pregnancy test until her knuckles turned white, her breath shallow and uneven. Joy should have filled her heart, but instead, dread settled in her stomach like stone. She was pregnant, with Adrian Blackwood's child. Her husband, the ruthless CEO whose empire spanned continents, had no patience for weakness. He had once told her. With his phone in hand and his voice clipped, Alara, I don't have time for children. Don't even think about it. Those words echoed now as she stood trembling in the bathroom of the mansion they shared. Or rather, endured. Their marriage had been a deal, a paper bond never touched by warmth. She had played the obedient wife in public, but behind closed doors, Adrian had been as distant as marble. Tears pricked her eyes, but she blinked them back. He can never know. If he finds out, he'll destroy everything. With shaking hands, she tore the test in two. Then in four. She shredded the evidence until the secret was safe, flushed down porcelain oblivion. She placed a hand over her stomach, whispering to the life within, I'll protect you. Even if it costs me everything. That evening, Adrian came home, his imposing figure framed by the doorway. His tailored suit was immaculate, his storm gray eyes unreadable. On the dining table sat a set of divorce papers. He paused. What's this? Alara steadied her voice. Divorce. I'll sign. You'll sign. We'll be free. He finally looked at her, setting his phone aside. You think you can walk away from me so easily? A bitter laugh escaped her. Haven't you wanted this all along? I was never more than an accessory to you. Let's stop pretending. His jaw tightened, but he said nothing. He picked up the pen, scrawled his name with ruthless precision, and slid the papers back. It was over. That night, Alara left the Blackwood mansion with nothing but a small suitcase, and the secret blooming in her womb. 6 years later, life had stripped her of luxury but given her something far more precious. Her daughter, Lily, was the reason she woke each day. With Adrian's gray eyes and stubborn chin, she was living proof of the love Alara had once wished for but never received. They lived in a modest apartment. Alara worked 2 jobs, teaching piano lessons by day, waiting tables by night. It was exhausting, but every moment was worth it when Lily's laughter filled their tiny home. Until fate forced her back into the world she had escaped. Her employer insisted she attend a high-profile charity gala. Alara wanted to refuse, but the paycheck mattered. She borrowed a gown, pinned her hair up, and prayed to slip in and out unnoticed. But then the room shifted. Conversations hushed. Adrian Blackwood had arrived. He was sharper than before, more power etched into his presence, more danger in his gaze. The crowd parted as if pulled by invisible strings. And then his eyes found hers. Alara froze, her heart hammering. She hadn't seen him in 6 years, yet one look was enough to unravel her defenses. "Mommy," Lily tugged at her dress, peeking out shyly. "Who's that man staring at us?" Adrian's gaze shifted to the little girl. Shock, suspicion, recognition. He strode forward, his voice low and commanding. "Alara, come here, now." Part 2. The reunion and the threat. Every step toward him felt like stepping into a trap, but Alara couldn't move away. Lily's small hand clutched hers tightly. Adrian's towering presence overwhelmed her as his gaze dropped to the child at her side. His eyes darkened. "Who is she?" Alara's throat tightened. "My daughter. Your daughter." His tone was icy, but his gaze fixed on Lily's storm-gray eyes, his own eyes mirrored back at him. Alara's breath caught. He knew. "She's mine," he said, voice low, certain. "No." Alara's voice trembled, but her resolve didn't. "She's mine. I raised her. You signed away everything when you signed those divorce papers." Adrian leaned closer, his breath brushing her ear. "You kept my child from me for 6 years. Do you know what that means?" "She's happy," Alara whispered fiercely. "She has a life. I won't let you take her away." His jaw tightened, fury and something deeper flickering in his gaze. "You think I'll let you hide her now? You underestimate me. I don't lose what belongs to me." The gala blurred around them, whispers following the scene. Lily tugged at her dress, frightened. "Mommy, I want to go home." For the briefest moment, Adrian's expression softened at the sight of Lily's tears. A crack in the marble. A glimpse of something human. But it vanished as quickly as it appeared. "My lawyers will contact you," he said flatly. "Tomorrow." Alara's heart plummeted. She knew what that meant. Custody battles. Headlines. Adrian Blackwood never lost. "No," she whispered. "I won't let you. Watch me," he murmured, his voice a dangerous promise. That night, Alara sat by her daughter's bed, watching her sleep. Lily's chest rose and fell in peaceful rhythm, unaware of the storm waiting outside their door. Alara brushed a kiss against her daughter's forehead, tears slipping silently down her cheeks. "I'll protect you," she whispered again, the same vow she had made 6 years ago. But now Adrian knew, and he wasn't a man who let go. Her secret was no longer safe. And neither was her heart.